time, so I was like, okay, let me like live stream, and I think I can get like a little bit done. Obviously, since the last live stream, I've gotten more done with the snake and the legs. I was testing out some colors. I honestly don't like either of the colors that are on the canvas right now, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna paint over it unless I start feeling differently, but right now I definitely don't. I have my Tamagotchi, and right now they are sleeping. Honestly, I thought it would be up by now. It's like almost 10 o'clock. Like, they need to get together. So that's just kind of what I got going right now. I haven't decided on if I'm, honestly, I think I might try colors with, yeah. Okay, so I haven't even put my colors in the palette yet, but this is just like my bag of colors. I think I'm just gonna work on the skin some more, and that will just probably be the entirety of this live stream. I guess we'll just see where it takes us and how much I can get done within like an hour of painting. I also feel like I had something else to say, but I'm like blanking right now. But I decided to reread. Oh, you know what? I remember what I was gonna do. I was gonna post this on my other accounts so people know I'm live. Oh well, I guess people will see when people will see it. Yeah. Actually, no. Oh, let me see if I can get. Okay, guys, just like 1 second. I am. Save playlist. Oh, yeah, share. Yeah, I'm just gonna post it on like I could post on Instagram, but I don't think I'm going to. Like, if you follow me on here, then you like follow me on here. But like, if I'm just gonna post it on my Facebook. I've also been rereading this one book. It's actually my favorite book, The Creative Act. I love that book so much. I have the physical copy, but I also got an audiobook of it because, to be honest, I'm kind of like a slow reader. And listening to the book, it made me think that, oh, by the way, here are the colors that I've been using for just like burnt umber, titanium white, and cadmium red medium for the snake in like the skin tone. I don't know if I'll add in like a yellow or like an orangish tone. I love that book too. Oh yes, that book is so good. Okay, so I'm listening to it, and I was listening to it yesterday while I was painting this, and low-key it made me think that I was like, man, I think I've like kind of put myself in a box. And I guess I forgot about like the element of like kind of experimentation, which is like, yes, I kind of still do that, which is why like I think it's hard for people to identify like, I guess, the type of work that I do, because I kind of dabble in it all. But then also I was like, man, did I like put myself in a box? So like with this painting, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do something more. And it was talking about how like, oh, if you're working on like a rectangle canvas and you just put paint on the canvas, you just put yourself in a box. It's like no. So although I was planning on doing more with this, which I still am, it just kind of made me think like, oh yes, but guess who this is? Oh, I know who this is. I'm not gonna say your name on live. I thought I blocked you. Is it who I think it is? And wait a minute, hold on, you read that book? Okay. I don't believe that you've actually read that book. Have you actually read it? When did you read it? Hold on. I'm about to pull it up because I don't. So you've read this one. Yeah, I figured you didn't read it. I was like, no way you read it. Now you watching my live streams. You like my painting so far? That's so crazy. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. So basically I'm gonna post my, oh my gosh, I keep getting notifications. Let me turn my notifications off. I always forget to turn it off when I go live. And there's like all these things popping up. Oh. Okay. On, two. Okay. I think the only, how long do you go live for? Usually like an hour. No, usually it's like an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours, but this one's gonna be kind of short because I have something to do after this. But I figured I should probably paint since I'm not doing anything. Did you see my little Tamagotchi? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay, so, like, they're awake now, and I think they're sick, which is not good. This thing is interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it right here and then start, because I already don't have that much time left to paint. Oh wait, I didn't even see that. Okay. You're doing too much. I haven't decided what clothes I'm gonna put on yet, or if there's still gonna be. That's crazy. You know what? I'm gonna need you to hop off of my live. That's what I'm gonna need you to do. And by the way, they're supposed to be in like a leotard. You know, like the dancer leotards? You're making it weird when it wasn't weird. Like get it together. You're making something weird when it doesn't have to be. And I just said I wasn't done with it. Actually, I don't know. You know how like the dancer outfits that they wear when they're like going over like, okay, never mind. I was trying to like put into perspective, but I guess you're not getting it. So never mind. That is so crazy. You're making it very hard for me not to say like your name on here. But you know what, since I was talking about the book, I'm about to continue. You can actually see. No, I'm not going to. But okay, so, well, I guess maybe I should. Why is my phone going off? I gotta remind myself to keep track of the time, and I don't get too caught up into what I'm doing on here. Which is probably why I've just decided to. Did you draw the shape? Wait, it looks. Draw the. I drew the whole thing. Okay, so basically, I still have most of my underpainting showing, and I'm like going. At first, I was gonna finish the underpainting, but I've decided to just go in with the paint because it was taking a little bit too long. My phone just dropped. It was taking, well, not that it was, yeah, it was taking a little bit too long. And I didn't like the color of the underpainting, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go in and start painting. Which I like this option much better, because now I haven't lost interest in the painting. But basically the snake is supposed to represent like either external challenges or internal challenges that hold you back. But obviously this girl has no care in the world that there's a snake attached to her leg. Which is kind of supposed to be the point, that like you don't notice when you have bad people or energy around you. By the way, that book that I had on here, you should read it. You should read that book. It's a good book. I'm being serious. No, you definitely should. It's like okay. I'm not too much of like a reader. I just recently got into reading. But I think you would actually like the book. I'm being serious. It's about creativity. Ooh, I'm messing up this brush real bad. It's about creativity. Like, who doesn't like creativity? Usually I don't stream this early. You hear my thing going off? It's very needy and dramatic. So far, okay, so basically the snake and the legs, I've just used 3 colors so far. I'm trying to, like, I guess, broaden my color palette by using less colors and actually mixing them more. Because everything I make ends up being super bright. For the details, no, I think I'm gonna use some more colors for the details, because so the colors that I have on the palette right now, which is burnt umber, titanium white, and red, they don't get as dark as I would like them to get. So I'm gonna use probably like phthalo to make like a black, so then I can darken my values. But I am surprised with the range that I've gotten with these colors so far. But yeah, it just doesn't get as dark as I would like it to get. And also, I think with the skin tone, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it like this or if I'm going to add some blue undertones or like a orange undertone. So far, the undertone is pretty red. But I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. I guess it just depends on how I'm feeling with the progress so far. Can you even see what I'm doing on here? I feel like you can, but like, I haven't actually looked. Oh yeah, if I make sure the plate's out of the way. And since you're on here, I might as well tell you about, what's it called? Yeah. Okay, queen. Okay. I was actually gonna stream on TikTok. I was thinking about it. But I prefer YouTube. Even though it's pretty early right now. You know, eventually when school starts, I'm gonna have like a schedule of when I go live. I just can't have a schedule now because like I just go live whenever when I have free time. I feel like making a schedule, I don't think I'd be able to stick to it. Oh, what time is it? Let me look. I think it's like, it's 10:13 right now. So I'm probably gonna go live for like 30 more minutes or something like that. I'm surprised that I've been pretty light-handed with my acrylic so far, because usually I'm pretty heavy-handed. I think it's just because particularly this red right here is like, the tube is like $40. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't waste any of the red. Even though I've definitely wasted some of it, but not nearly as much as I would usually waste. Just because it ends up drying because I want to lollygag and do whatever. Also for, wait, what? Heavy-handed, okay. Heavy-handed, don't come for me. Also, make sure you leave a like on this video if you're watching it and if you enjoy this content. But heavy-handed, dang, okay, you're just coming for me at this point. I'm only slightly heavy-handed. Am I in denial? Maybe. But my heavy-handedness is not that, it's not that bad. It's only bad when I'm wasting colors. But I realized, okay, so I have different brushes for like my acrylics and my, what's it called? Oil paint. And I realized with my acrylic paint, they always end up looking like crazy. I don't know, like this was low-key a detail brush, and now I have shaky hands though. Shaky. Are you talking about me having shaky hands or you having shaky hands? Well, you're just coming for me in these comments. What was I saying? Basically, for my acrylics, I just feel like I have to be much more, I guess, aggressive with the paint than I guess oil, because like oil just kind of seamlessly blends, but like this is unacceptable. This is why I don't spend money, like spend a lot of money on my acrylic. Like, look at this. But honestly, I think these are the new brushes. I think these are the new brushes I opened up, and this is like kind of how they're looking. And this one looks okay. Oh my god, why am I holding it like this? But like this one, like the bristles are already starting to like, yeah, I need to take better care of my brushes, particularly my acrylic brushes. I think it's just hard because I try to achieve the same thing with acrylic that oil does, even though it's not oil. Like, for example, if I'm making a cloud, I'm like heavy-handedly just pushing the brush into the canvas to like smooth it out. So yeah, and I feel like I haven't been really that heavy-handed with this brush, but maybe it's because of the circling motion I started making. So I'm not exactly sure why this brush looks so crazy. I also, like, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind how hard it is to paint around certain objects that I've already painted. Which is why I usually do the background first. But now I'm like kind of doing both of them at the same time. And I haven't decided how exactly I'm gonna do this foot either. So I should probably pull back up the reference, but I think the reference is on this phone, or it might be on my other one. I'm not exactly sure. But then since it's acrylic, I'm not as stressed as if I were to be like using oil, because then I would have to like scrape it off if I messed up. But I'm kind of just winging it right now. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. The problem with shading is that I'm not exactly sure how I want to go about it. I guess I would make right here darker, because like that's where it's bending. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about that. Let me like, I guess I'll wait for it to dry a little bit and I'll go back to it. But until then, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I think now that I've been live streaming is kind of hard. Like, I wouldn't say that this is like easy, because I think it's kind of difficult to be engaging for long periods of time and have like topics to constantly talk about. Well, I feel like finding a topic is not too hard, because once I have a topic, then I can get it like rolling. Yes, I have Twitch. Do I stream on there often? No, not really. Am I gonna start? Possibly. I'm not 100%. Has it been going this whole time? I realized I accidentally started my book, so I don't really know how far it went. It's just been playing. Like, yeah, I've already read it, so it's not that big of a deal, but like, I would like to start where I was originally at. This knee is giving me a hard time. Cause like, since like my reference that I have doesn't have the type of scenery that I'm making it, that I have it in, I'm not exactly sure how the highlights should look. So I'm essentially guesstimating how I think it should look. Which I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad decision yet, but I guess I'll find out once I'm closer to finishing this. Which I wasn't expecting it to take this long. I figured that I'd probably already have the figure finished, but I guess not. But also the size of the brush that I'm using is not helping my case either, to be fair. But I just figured if I used a bigger brush, the type of, I guess how the skin is coming out wouldn't have, I feel like it wouldn't look as good. Especially since the figure is kind of small. Like, looking at this, it's kind of like, yeah. Like, even doing the face, it's gonna take a lot of effort to get it right because the face is really small. So I think probably for this like design, I probably should have used a bigger canvas, but it'll be fine. Like, even though it looks kind of like big, like painting it, it's not really that big. But also, I think I've gotten used to painting bigger. So now I kind of feel like that this is small. But it's strange because I feel like now it takes me much more time to finish a small painting than to finish a bigger painting. Maybe it's because usually my smaller paintings have more detail than my bigger paintings, which might be the case. Or it's just generally a little bit more difficult to paint smaller because of the details. And I have like small brushes, but a lot of them, the bristles are kind of like coming out, like, not coming out, but it's not as like detailed anymore because of how the bristles are coming out. So like if I'm trying to do a detail, it'll be like another bristle doing something else somewhere else on the canvas, since I don't take care of my brushes. But that's just my TED Talk. Like, I already know that this foot is gonna be the death of me. not like, you know what, it'll be fine. It doesn't look bad right now, so there's actually no need for, I'm like stressing for no reason. Absolutely no reason. And this is supposed to be like a practice painting. There's actually no reason why I should be stressing myself out. Because like the book was like suggesting to do more experimental like things with your art. And I haven't even, this is not even like almost done. And I'm stressing about the foot, and the foot doesn't even look bad. Okay, actually, I think I've made like, this like took much less time to paint than like that leg, but I'm still gonna have to go over both of them just because I think I might want like a little bit of like a warmer color. Which is why I wish I did just end up doing an orange underpainting. Ooh, okay, so I think it's maybe something like this. Okay, it's looking a little, I'm trying to kind of sculpt how the foot would look. But this is much more challenging than I anticipated. And I think I might need a smaller brush. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna come back to it and hope for the best. I will say that since taking my figure drawing class, it's actually helped with how shadows should be. Which I just know my figure painting class is just going to boost the way my art looks already. Because I think this is like a pretty good person so far. Like painting of a person. But I can only imagine once I know exactly how things should look. Like even particularly like this leg, about the shading. I don't know, it's something about the shading in the leg that just looks so nice to me. And I honestly feel like it's because of a lot of the things that were taught in my figure drawing class. About like how certain like shadows just kind of fall on the body, or how the body maneuvers itself. Which I'm glad that a class that I'm paying for is actually working and like benefiting the way that my art is coming out. Because I think that's kind of like the whole point of going to like art school. There's nothing worse, and I've definitely had a class or two that gave me no value whatsoever. At least in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people also felt that way. It wasn't just like me. But I'm glad to say that like a class actually gave me value that I can use on my own projects. And I don't know if this is like, what's it called? I guess like my toxic trait. I was thinking about how I plan on operating in my painting class. Like I was like, I know myself very well, and I don't want to do anything that would be like playing it safe. So I'm just like, man, am I just gonna go above and beyond for all of my paintings, even if I like don't like it? Like I was like, I know in my last live I was like, oh, I really hope I don't get like a portrait painting. But I was like, okay, so if I do get a portrait painting, how can I make it interesting for myself that will make me want to like keep painting it and actually post about it? So I was like, I would just, cause like, especially if like all you're asking for is a self-portrait, I would go so far as like, well, you asked for a self-portrait, but you didn't say it had to be a traditional self-portrait. So I would just make it like a surrealism self-portrait. And honestly, I feel like then I'd be okay with that. I like wish with the self-portrait that I did in my class last in the fall semester, I wish I did that. I don't know why I didn't do that, because he was a type of professor that was like, he really wanted people to go outside the box. So when you didn't go outside the box and you just gave him what he asked for, it actually really upset him. Like, it really did upset him. Like, I remember he would be like, okay guys, like do this. And then he's like, you guys don't even have the decency to pick the size of like the canvas. And I was like, oh my gosh, he is actually tripping out. But like now thinking about that, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't just make my self-portrait a surrealism self-portrait. So like, honestly with that, I definitely fumbled the bag. And that was on me that I didn't enjoy the process. Like, I could have made it so much more fun. And I think that's kind of what I did with my still lives that I had to do in there. Because for the most part, most people just did like a regular still life. And I was like, ugh, so boring. Like, my still lives, one of them, I put in a galaxy, like a galaxy world. Because I was like, okay, if I'm going to do a still life, we're going to make it interesting, because I was like bored of it. So I was like, we're gonna do something else. So I guess this is kind of how I chose to like do my still lives. Also, I don't know what's been going on with TikTok. I feel like when I repost my TikTok videos on like another platform, it like the quality just like kills itself. I'm like, what? Like, it really kills the quality. Like, I don't understand. Like, I transport to like my my phone, and then the quality, it just looks so bad to me. And I was like, the quality did not look like this. So now I'm kind of like nervous to film like directly out of the app, which is what I usually do, because if it's going to kill the quality like that, it's like I don't even want to use the app then to film content. Like, it looked like it was in like 400p or something like that. Like, it was bad. I'm like, why is it so blurry? I feel like I need to take like a step back. I feel like it looks good from like the camera angle, but I can't really see from like up front, I guess. That's actually really nice brown. I'm gonna, yeah. I honestly like the way that I've been painting this so far. So far I've just been using like 3 colors at a time instead of having, usually I have like all my colors on here, and I think this is much more easier to keep up of like the colors that I'm laying down, and if I want to go back and touch up certain colors, because I know what I was using. This is like the general palette. So now I'm thinking like maybe I should do this like more often. I think now, I don't know, usually I just have so many colors, so maybe it's like, oh, I'm like overwhelmed, and especially since like my colors kind of dip into other colors, they start mixing, and then I'm like, how did I make that color? But this, there's only 3 colors, so if I want to go back into like the snake has the same 3 colors, the skin tone same 3 colors. This, I have an idea how I made it. I think it was, I don't remember which blue, but it was like a blue and yellow, and I mixed it to make this like green color. I don't like the green color. We're gonna change it because it's just not working the way that I envisioned it to work, so we're going to scrap that plan. I think I definitely still want to do green, so I'm gonna test out some more greens. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I want pastel, but this is not exactly what I envisioned. And then this one up here, this is with like phthalo green, and it's too vibrant. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say it's like too vibrant. So now I'm just like hoping that I can like get the green that I envisioned. Maybe I have to literally search it up, because I can't even think of like what it would be called. Honestly, I think it needs to be more of like a sage. Like, I feel like this is close to a sage, but not quite. But like a pastel sage, just a little less, probably more on like the neutral end. Because this is not what I was like envisioning. I think also it needs more white. So I think that's like also my other problem with this. Hold on, how does a, yeah, something like that. I haven't even decided how the face is gonna look on this, but I'm just going to hope for the best, to be honest, because I'm unsure of like how I want things to look on here. So like maybe I should have came in with a better plan, but I think this is kind of the whole art process so far of just testing things and seeing how things work together. But it's been, let me see what time it is. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I got like, honestly, I did pretty good, because usually during my streams I don't get very much like painted, but sorry for being so quiet. But anyway, hopefully you guys like this. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later today, maybe, we'll see. Anyway, peace.